I'm not doing storage because like, oh, I am so obsessed with storage. I want to like, I dream when I was a little kid, I was like dreaming like who I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be self-storage owner. So that's what in reality we real estate investing, what it gives us more passive income, get the wealth, achieve our dreams, achieve that freedom, right? Financial freedom, time freedom. So with storage, I saw like there's so much going to be opportunity for me to achieve that, for example, time freedom, because
Yeah.
it does require less work to do self-storage investing than, let's say, multifamily.
Hello, everyone. We're Jacqueline and Melvin Landry, and we welcome you to our podcast, Get Diversified. Throughout these series, we'll cover all the topics and questions you have about investing in apartment buildings, storage facilities, and mobile home parks. Being knowledgeable in these areas will help you feel more comfortable about investing. Apartment investing equals building wealth. Building wealth equals financial freedom. Achieving financial freedom allows you to spend your time with building memories with your loved ones. Let's face it, time is the one element in life that is limited, and you don't want to waste it.
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Jacqueline Landry, and I am your host today of Get Diversified. Super excited to be here this morning with Masha Nova. She is an incredible young lady that I met in Charlotte, North Carolina at an MFIN conference. She is super amazing. I'm going to give her a title of self-storage expert, but she really does it all. So Masha, welcome to the show.
Oh, hello, Jacqueline. So excited to be here. Finally, we get to speak together and excited to share whatever is possible for anybody who is listening. I hope they get some incredible value from it.
Yes, super excited. And after I heard your presentation in Charlotte, I was super pumped about getting into a different asset class. So we're really looking at deals, but why don't you share with the audience how you got started in investing in general, and then eventually take it from there as to how you got into self-storage.
Most definitely. So my journey with investing, which for me was in real estate, happened with my ex-broker. When I was a real estate agent, he was doing some flipping projects, and I was a little bit supporting him with that. And then he also, we decided to do together an Airbnb project in Miami Beach. And everything was going well until it didn't. And basically, one day to another, when we invested with him in the flipping project, he stopped answering. He started disappearing. The Airbnb project, we started having some issues. He is not responding. And he completely disappeared. So money gone, the partner disappeared. And I'm just like, oh my God, what to do? So first experience was horrible. And I said, I will never ever do real estate investing again. This is horrible. It's just like completely a nightmare. I will never do it again. And time passed. I actually became, throughout the time, I went to work overseas. And then I became a business consultant in companies and foreign companies. And it was an incredible experience. And I was improving and upgrading other companies. But then I was like, this is so great to improve other companies. I want to improve my own company. I want to be my own business owner. And that's where I look back and said, you know what? It wasn't really the problem with real estate investing that it didn't work out. It was more who I did it and how I did it. And I did not get really educated. And I just jumped on with someone, the first person, and I should have seen a lot of red flags. So I was like, you know what, let me go check it out again. So I started looking at the potentially doing flipping, maybe wholesaling, buying hold in the residential market, start massively exploring, educating myself, just signed up for the coaching program. And then I started looking, there is also commercial side aspect of it. Oh, people invest in multifamily, people invest in mobile home parks. Oh, you don't need to be like a billionaire and a big deep pockets in order to do that. That's very interesting. I think I like it more than residential. And I asked my coach at that time, who was coaching me on the residential side, can I go into commercial side of real estate investing? And she was like, I know you first have to have such a broad experience with flipping, like flip maybe 20 homes, do it so massively for at least 2 years, like do so many projects, and then maybe you can get into commercial side.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So I wasn't really happy with the answer. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go talk to people who actually know about commercial, because her experience was not in commercial. Her experience was in residential. So let me go to people who've done commercial. And while exploring, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, there's self-storage. Less management, less maintenance, no evictions. And it's just like all those like good things start collecting. I was like, that is very interesting. And at that time, I wrote the book. I read the book, The One Thing. And at first, I was gonna be doing like wholesaling of the residential, because I just paid for coaching. I just learned so much. I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna do this. Maybe I want to look, and then I'm gonna do also self storage. But after reading the book, The One Thing, on April 2020, which was just about when we all find out about COVID, I decided I'm gonna put my 100% focus into self storage. I'm not going to do any other asset classes, no other strategies, really finding value add opportunities and buying them, upgrading them, and either keeping them or selling them. And that was the only focus.
Wow,
And
that's an interesting story, Masha, because most people, the traditional story is, single family, fix and flips and do a few, because that was our story, right? Because we weren't as smart as you when we actually started this, or my husband started this in 05. He didn't look into the commercial side. He didn't investigate that stuff. So, it's funny, when we found multifamily, we go, where were you all my life?
yes,
It was always there. We just didn't find it and do our research like you did. So that's amazing. Okay, so continue with your story.
yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. In a way, that's how I got into storage. And I just started again, so much educating myself, connecting with people, putting myself out there, talking about it. I'm a storage. I invested first passively. So I found some project and I was like, I want to learn behind the scenes, how they really do it. And that also allowed me to officially call myself self-storage investor, even though I was not active at that time, but I was still, I invested passively. So I could proudly, like without it, call myself self-storage investor. And I just right now, actually, my background is AI background, but at that time I would show up with the storage background on all my Zoom calls, because I want people to know, oh, self-storage is Masha. Masha is self-storage. And that's what really started happening. People start associating me with self-storage. Some people start calling me, my friend would message me, oh, I just passed by self-storage and I was thinking of you, Masha. So establishing that brand, establishing that kind of credibility with storage. Even before I got my first active project, I got to speak at a virtual conference like 2 days before we closed on our first deal, because we had certain delays. I got to speak at a conference. So definitely, just putting yourself out there, have that 100% focus, and connecting with the like people that are in the industry. Not ask for advice from people who have never done it, but really ask those who have a true experience can get you great results. And as of today, we have acquired 7 properties. We sold one. We're selling one more right now. And I used to manage all of them. I only manage now one. And now I'm focused on the new endeavors.
Awesome.
Which is storage related.
Cool. So before we go on to that new endeavors, which I want to hear about, we briefly talked about it before the call here. So tell me a little bit about, I know you said there's less maintenance, there's no evictions, but tell me more about what drew you to self-storage. Like, get into a little more detail on that.
So for me, it was really first, I started at that time, it was COVID. So there was no in-person really connections, but there was so much online, like everybody were online. So there were so many happening, different virtual webinars, virtual meetups. People were consistently getting on Zooms and getting connected. So for me, I started jumping on in a lot of anything related with self-storage. At the same time, multifamily as well, because they're very similar in the way asset classes. They're very different, but they're very similar as well. And I started connecting with people, and I just love the people. I personally love them so much more than on the residential side. They're much more collaborative. Mm-hmm. So and that's also like same with multifamily. In commercial world, we all see each other not as much as competitors, but we more see each other as collaborators. How can we support each other? You never know. Maybe you will introduce me to the best lender, or maybe you're going to be my partner, or maybe you're going to invest with me one day, or vice versa. Maybe I'm going to give you some incredible content that's going to contribute to you. Maybe I'm going to invest in your project, because I don't only look for active, like we said, I always do active and passive projects. And I know many people in the industry, that's what they do, because we want to diversify, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So that was definitely the one big aspect, right? And then, of course, of course, we all do this for bigger reasons, right? Bigger why. I'm not doing storage because I am so obsessed with storage. I want to I dream when I was a little kid, I was dreaming who I'm going to be. I'm going to be self-storage owner. So that's what in reality, we real estate investing, what it gives us, more passive income, get the wealth, achieve our dreams, achieve that freedom, right? Financial freedom, time freedom. So with storage, I saw there's so much going to be opportunity for me to achieve that, for example, time freedom, because it does require less work to do self-storage investing than, let's say, multifamily. There's less headaches. There is if someone did not pay, we just have to go through auction process, which usually takes, depending on the state, about 2 months. First, they don't really pay. Then we go through all the legal process, which is comparatively easy. And then if that person doesn't pay, we kick them out, and we're ready to get another person. So where we know in multifamily, the eviction is a very, very expensive, very long process that can be definitely affecting our P&Ls, right? And at the same time, people don't live there. People just store their things. So if there's any type of problems that will occur, they will never be so urgent. And there's just in general, there is no plumbing. There's no they're going to have some leaks. People, there's the problems are usually you have a gate broken that you have to fix, or maybe the door is not really, but it's just so much less stressful asset class. And even if you look at the expense ratio, we have only about 30 to 35% expense ratio. So there is less because we have less people to manage. So it means when you have less people to manage, again, less problems, less stress. So it just all those combined together, it seems like this asset will get me to financial freedom, time freedom, lifestyle freedom so much quicker than other.
Oh, got it. So what's the cash on cash look like from a distribution standpoint when you purchase a self storage?
So all the projects are very different, of course. Typically for the LPs, we can see 7-9% cash on cash for the limited partners. From their perspective, we also always try to keep it standard in a way to make sure that we satisfy. We don't over promise ever. We'll try to under promise and over deliver. So then this is we've done our 5 last projects were syndications, and our first 2 projects were just JV. Okay. So the first, let's say, we actually, the second project that we bought, it was in Texas. We bought it for about $900,000. And a few months ago, we sold it for nearly 1.3. So just for the 1 month and 1 year and 2 months, we were able to add equity of almost $400,000.
Yeah, that
So
was going to be my next question, right? I can't imagine that a storage unit will have the same multiples
yes,
than multifamily. So hold on one second. Let me see.
we always strive that all our projects are at least two multiples.
Two multiples. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe
This
I
is
was wrong
actually
with that because how
this is
can,
our target. This is our
yeah,
target to make sure that at least our investors can double their money.
yeah, that's great. So I can't believe that self-storage can appreciate as fast as like a brick building.
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen? Or what causes the appreciation in self-storage?
I mean, it's a lot, of course, of first of all, there's a lot of mom and pops. So we always look for mom and pop. The property that we bought, like the one that we bought, the last ones, they were not that their P&L was not even done on an Excel spreadsheet and they were not using software. They were done with a pen and paper. So
Yeah.
just think about everything else, how they were doing. They did not have credit card payments. They did not have a website, no Google business page. So they're just losing so many customers. They're not supporting so many customers. So really coming in, and then they're not really keeping up with the rents like the competitors are. So it's really that the beautiful aspect about value add in multifamily, you typically would have to come in, and a lot is really rehabbing or like really upgrading the property physically, right? You will go and like update your kitchens, your flooring, obviously painting, whatever, like all those upgrades, offering more amenities. However, with storage, it's a lot just managerial or marketing related. So can you imagine how much effort it is to go fix all the kitchens, so fix like let's say all the countertops and change all the appliances? How much, first of all, it's gonna take effort, how much
Yeah.
stress, and how much money. Where with storage, let's say coming in and putting a website because I didn't have maps and putting Google My Business page, it is so much easier. And certain things and stuff, putting software. Of course, there's also physical aspect of it. But again, we don't have kitchens, so we just really have,
Yeah.
metal doors, metal walls. Here, sometimes it's gravel, sometimes obviously it's concrete, depending. You have some lights, you have cameras. So usually also coming in, we do put cameras, make sure we have cameras on, putting automated gates so that people can just enter. For us, it's also easy to make sure that you have the most fluid system. The tenant can just rent without any human interaction. So they can go to they went to a Google page and they're like, okay, storage near me. They found storage, they press on website, they found the unit they want, they put their credit card, they sign electronically contract, boom, voila. Now they got the code. Now they can go and get to the facility, enter the code, and they got the unit ready. And there was no human interaction involved. They just did it. And we just got notification, you got a new tenant.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So you don't own any multifamily? Are you strict self-storage? Because I know you're a lady of many different facets. So what else do you own besides self-storage facilities?
So I'm diversifying myself passively. So I stick with active side of real estate investing with self-storage.
Okay.
And on the active side, that was actually the project we were working before. It was friends of mine got a multifamily project, and there was a big parking lot there. And we were going to build storage on that parking lot. But after over a year working on this project, having issues with the city, having issues with prices going up, and by the time we start getting approved for certain things, that we were finding out that there's more expenses, and then the project did not really make sense. So that was, in a way, I don't feel like it was time wasted or money wasted. There's always you can learn from this experience. But I almost got involved with the kind of multifamily.
Okay.
But We also invested passively into like commodities like oil and gas fund. I invested passively into mergers and acquisitions, and I invested again passively into storage and multifamily. And those are the goal is also more to diversify with some stocks, even though it's not maybe, but it's also do have some, but very minimal. It's really invest a little more into stocks. Previously, before into crypto, I'm not sure about that, potentially buying some gold. So it's important to diversify. But my definitely most favorite one is real estate. And of course, I love self storage, but I also understand that having eggs in different buckets of different type of asset classes is also very smart and strategic. And at the same time, I don't want to go and even though I know a lot about multifamily, I don't want to go and do my own project because it's gonna be so much energy, energy. And right now, it's really I want to share a lot with others how to also invest in self storage.
Yeah, for sure. So I love it when people get into multifamily and they say, oh, I want to be a general partner, or, for those that don't know what that means, an active partner. And I go, that's a lot of work. And it's a great learning experience. And I think everybody should go through it that wants to be in multifamily, but it's a lot of work. You don't double your money in 3 to 5 years or 3 to 6 years by just it being super easy. And so when everybody raises their hand and says, yeah, I want to get into a GP deal, I go, whoa, maybe you need to do some stuff passively, get your feet wet, understand the team, understand the dynamics, ask questions, and then jump into a GP role if that's what you want. My husband and I were talking about this the other day, and I said, I want to be an active GP for maybe 3, 4, 5 years, get maybe 5, 6 under our belt. And then after that, I want to give my money to people like you, Masha, and say, hey, I love you. I love your storage. I trust you. And I like you. And go sit back on the beach somewhere and drink margaritas, right? And do what
exactly.
That's our why, right? We want more financial freedom. So great. So tell us a little bit more about what we were talking about before the podcast started. What's next for Masha?
Yes, thank you so much. And so one of my big I would say something that I see in this world and for myself that we all work so much. We all work so much. I mean, in reality, we're living in today's world. We have so much technology. We have so much education. We have so much access to information. We have so much collaborations. And why are we still working so hard? Why there's so many people just, I know in America, I know in many other countries, we just like put our lives into work. We like struggle to take vacations. We struggle to take days off, whether you're working, whether you're in business. And yes, and then many of us are coming like, okay, I'm going to go to the business, right? Or real estate investing, let's say. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get that freedom. I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to do whatever I want. And then instead of working from 9 to 5, we end up working 9 to 9, 9 to 10, 9 to 11, or like plus weekends, plus holidays, plus on vacations. Like we end up actually working so much more. And that's where I was always wondering. And then that's where I became a business consultant before. I was trying to see that there's a lot of broken systems. We tend to do too much. We tend to do, okay, I'm not going to delegate this because you know what? I'm going to try to train someone. It's better I'll do it myself because I'm going to do better. I'm going to do it myself right now. This is technology. You know what? And there's so much to understand it. Or it also gave me once like bad result. I'm not going to use it anymore. Let me keep doing it more like manually. And then there's, of course, the AI aspect of it. AI, like, oh my God, this is okay. I heard it's so cool. Maybe I'm going to ask a couple questions to ChatGPT, but let me go do it my way. And the last piece of it is partnerships, right? I don't want to share this piece with someone else. I want to keep it all to myself. I want to do it myself. I don't want to share with anybody. Why do I have to give 50% to someone? And this is usually it looks like just 50-50, right? Why do I have I want to have 100% of this pie. So what I am right now creating, and it's is Quantum Leap to Success. It's a program that's going to help self-storage investors, real estate investors, and also business owners to figure out how to get to our goal, how to get to our success, to our final destination quicker. But I'm all about creating systems. So we're going to be understanding what are the steps. So first, what is the really the ultimate goal? And for me, I got that success when I was putting 100% focus. We tend to put so many goals in our life. And then we're like, why I don't get the results? This happened to me in the past. Why I'm not getting the results?
100%.
So because you put a lot of, you spread your energy, then it's really putting those steps and seeing what steps can you automate using certain technology. What steps can AI help you? Where you can hire virtual team. Some in Philippines, I have a phenomenal virtual team. They're so great. They have such a great work ethics. They have such a great technology skills and English. But also like seeing, oh, what are some like more high level tasks that you don't have to make? And then first of all, evaluating yourself. What do you really love doing? What are you really good at and what you really love doing? It's not going to work long term if you're going to try to do something you hate and something you're not the best. And that's what my recent experience on the management side. I ended up managing seven self-storages. And this has been the most successful year for me financially. And just, I mean, it's even just getting so much business and closing on them. I'm supposed to be the most happy person on earth. And I was miserable because I ended up being stuck in operations. And operations is not my thing. It was never my thing. It was a good starting point when I just started out with my first property, slowly, and then second one, and then we got 5 more. It became a nightmare. So I had to understand that what are the how can I go towards and do what I love and what I'm best at. And the past month, since I removed myself from operations, I gave it to my partner to take because that's what he's passionate about. That's what he's been doing all his life. So I just gave it to him, to his team. And me, I've been focused on this community coaching creation. And I have not been, honestly, for the past, since I've been 100% again focused on this, I've not been feeling like I'm working. I'm actually going to bed. I'm been having not hard time fall asleep, but because I'm so excited. It's been like that. It's so exciting.
For sure.
So we already started the AI community. So this is just strictly like AI. There I'm sharing about and everybody else also share about how we can use AI to help us to get to success quicker, get to achieve that quantum leap. And later this year, I'm going to be releasing the quantum leap to success, just including all type of aspects of the business.
Fantastic. I can't wait to see what it's all about. Are you charging for this coaching?
So for the AI right now, for the community, it's free.
Okay.
And for the coaching, yes, it's going to be I'd love to make it free, but it's definitely right now my all 100% focus comes to it. It's we're going to have experts. We're going to have completely implementation. We're going to be having it's a lot of it is not going to be just learning. It's just making sure that there's going to be accountability, implementation right there. It not just I see a lot of also programs are done. Okay, let's learn. But this one is going to be let's implement it right now. Let's not move on until you really implement it and make sure that it's being used and it's just not like the knowledge. Because knowledge, if it's not implemented, it's not useful. It's not useful.
Exactly. And I always go, when I go to a conference, if they say it's free, I ask my husband, I'm like, should we go to this or not? You think it's going to be useful? And usually it's not when it's free, right? They may give you some little tidbits, but it's always best to pay for a coach, like yourself. Like when we first got into real estate, we spent over $100,000 in education and coaching.
Oh my God, I'm actually going to be calculating exactly how much I've spent.
Don't do it. It'll be scary number.
But honestly, I can say this is the reason why I'm here today.
Yeah.
It's because of other people, those great coaches that some of them were, and it's just not storage. There was storage coaches, there were real estate coaches, but there was a lot of mindset coaches, transformational coaches, selling coaches. Right now, I'm right now a part of a coaching program for coaches. I'm a part of AI coaching. I am a part of self-storage coaching. I'm a kind of like a more
More
uh
accountability.
yes, so like I never want, and I'm consistently going to Tony Robbins's event, like his business mastery, wealth mastery. I'm going next week to again his business mastery again. But it's really about, there's other people who've done it.
Right.
So all my knowledge and experience comes from my experience, but it's also from knowledge from other um, great people combined together, that I'm going to be providing something unique to this world. But
Yep.
it's not all. It's I did not reinvent the wheel, but I've upgraded, like I like to say. I take it on, I learn from there, and then I combining all that information and my own experience. Here we are. Here
Yep.
we are.
Get the right people on the team that know what you don't know, right? And when my husband starts talking about something big, I go, oh my gosh, how are we going to do that? And he goes, look, we have 5, 6, 700 people we can reach out to get the expertise that we need, and we can provide this type of value to the team. So he's always kind of bringing me back to reality, that it's not just us, it's not just our knowledge, right? It's the team collectively that you put together. So Masha,
100%.
where can people find you if they want to find out more about your coaching program or about your AI initiative? Where do people go?
Most definitely. We are, so you can find me Masha Nova on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, as well as Twitter, Threads, TikTok. But my main are definitely Instagram and LinkedIn. And then we also, you can find me on my website, yourfreedominvestments.com. This is our website, and we're still creating the website for the coaching. So if you go to my social media, at the time, you will definitely be able to find the information about the coaching. And we have also the AI community that I would say, Jacqueline, we just started the community last week. So it's fresh and new, and you can join it for free. Let me see, actually, this is we can podcast notes, right?
Yes.
Perfect. We'll give you the link, and we put it on the podcast notes. It's a free community. So
Okay.
guys, come in and get on the AI. AI has definitely been also shifting the way I'm been working on creation of my coaching program. It would take me so much longer to create, but by having the team and utilizing AI, it's just I'm 10xing my time 100%.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Masha, thank you so much for your time today. Oh my gosh, you're a wealth of knowledge. I can't wait to see what you're going to bring to the table, and want to understand more about coaching as well, because I think you're super wonderful. I love the energy, and I'm sure you're going to blow this out of the park. So thank you. And until next time, we'll see you later. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.